Well, this is open mode, so we'll get some stuff quickly. Okay, when I said quickly, I didn't mean flute quickly or bombs quickly.
Hey, good. I mean, that's a killer start. And Kern is heading over to the old man.
I thought Kern was the old man.
Man, that's I mean by that I mean uncle.
Gotcha.
And we
Also,
did get a.
yeah, did you catch those pendants and crystals?
I did not see that. I might need another match check for that.
Alright, I thought I caught them, and I think it was Eastern Palace and Tower of Hera that actually had pendants. And, ooh, bush crabs with bombs, that's nice. And Etium heading to... Oh gosh, Turtle Rock is our green. Well, there you go, we know all of our crystals at least.
Early start, I like it. Green pennant, Turtle Rock. Yeah, it's probably we're gonna be heading down there pretty soon. It's by law.
Also, I had missed what was in Lumberjack, but Signums is about to give us a second look. And we don't care.
That's 20 rupees. We can easily skip that.
So, effectively, we know all of our, Okay, so we know where all the crystals are, but we don't know which one is the pyramid crystal. I mean, we know one of them, Desert Palace. But what's the other?
We'll have to find out when we get to the Dark World as Kern makes the dive into the escape very early on.
Was that a fire rod on P-Train's side?
Yes, that was.
Now, Fire Rod with full magic is a great thing to have, but at the same time, if we were to compare this to Kern's strategy of Bomb Escape, does have enough bombs for it, but can only afford one mistake. So it's kind of dangerous.
Consider this as his only lifeline.
And in the meantime... Oh, I see. Okay. I see what we're doing. Audio has swapped over to P-Train as we are about to load up on Blind's remains here. That's a lot of money. And a lot of munitions.
I like the early money. I mean, for here he can actually just grab some right there. That's bottle vendor money.
That is true. Oh, Kern got very lucky. But, oh, we have an item on Dark Cross today.
I mean, not to mention Back of Escape, which we're always going to be going there, so...
Already a red cane? What is this seed?
A lot of red and blue. Not the Pokemon kind, but a lot of reds and blues in terms of items.
Well, there you go. Clear crystal kinda sorta glass.
Yeah, that only maximizes P-Train's checks to Sick Kid.
Oh, alright, hold on a second. Music time. Thank you for that wonderful rendition, P-Train. In the meantime, Zelda's cell appeared to have had magic powder, so nice safety item, but we're not quite ready to use it yet.
Yeah, if he had the hammer, that would have maximized Kern's checks to the additional magic bat check. And Signums does get his flute activated. He's got his duck.
And thanks to that bottle, we can already visit the Sick Kid.
Which gives 20.
We shouldn't be taking money from the sick. It's not my choice, apparently.
And we get a lamp. Oh, that does not sound right.
Why do you say that, Professor?
I mean, sure, we don't have to worry about dark rooms anymore, but with a lamp early in the siege, we're just 2 swords away from Aga being in logic.
Or 1 sword and 1 cape.
Yeah.
Oh, there's the first bit of nastiness. Pegasus boots required? That's a power glove.
Oh, that is... Yeah, now that means possibly... Oh boy, and that those 3 bombs over on the race game does not help for that either.
Alright, into the reservoir we go, where we have our first shield.
And Eddie making a quick dive into Death Mountain, grabbing the old man first, using that lamp to his best potential.
I mean, it does make some sense. We can get the save point right away.
Yeah, and that's a mirror.
Oh, should have drained the water first. That mirror is going to be very helpful for Death Mountain.
Yeah, although, again, it's a pendant, and we still don't have a hammer, so we don't have that left side, or the east Death Mountain, or that hook shot.
Alright. I did not see what was picked up by Etium, but well, looks like all of our runners are heading in different directions here. We're seeing an early Agina plague check. Or,
It makes sense.
Agina cave check was what I meant, but... Great, now I'm struggling with words tonight. That is not a good thing. Oh no, was that a hammer on Spectacle Rock?
Oh, Eddie made a horrible mistake not grabbing that mirror.
I mean, it's not so much a mistake. I understand the idea of routing up there. It just, well, didn't work in this case.
Right, but you also get another bean in a bottle, a piece of hearts, and hookshot cake. That doesn't tell us much, because there's only 5 locations, or 4 locations.
It's 4.
Yeah, more. And, that piece of heart could be literally any in one of those 4 locations. But Signums is going to grab his shield and mirror. And Edium confirming that Desert Ledge only has 20 rubes, so...
Alright, next new piece of territory, Mini Moldorm Cave, P-Train leading, and trying to use the Somaria blocks in order to cause some chaos. These Moldorms are trying to dance around it, apparently.
Yeah, when you say chaos, I mean literally the Moldorms are not cooperating.
Alright, money, money, heart container, piece of heart, and alright, Zora confirmed.
Yeah, that was Zora money with a 300, and not only that, but it also allows for Pod to be activated. With a possible 8 tries for Kiki.
And of course, more chances for more money as we find more items and slay more enemies.
Yeah. That's at the moment. If by some chance they get their progression, their Dark World access early, and they decide to go, hey, let's make an early pod play. If there's a glove.
Well, that will certainly help a bit. Maybe not too much for progression, but... Well, technically that actually does put King Zora in proper logic.
Yeah, if you want to go the normal way. But P-Train making the back of escape play before he decided to go up the mountain, and having him gain the free hammer for him.
Alright, remember, there is going to be an item in the Dark Cross, but with the lantern in hand, we have logic. So what's in the back of Escape? Arrows, piece of heart, 20 rupees. That was a bust.
Yeah, so if he wants to go up into that Dark Cross, he has to go straight up into the Escape. So that's what he's going to do. That, or
Well,
he decides to flute away.
apparently,
What are you doing?
reconsidering, apparently. Also, Lake Hylia Island, only a green rupee, so we don't have to worry about that.
Okay, so he's making the Eastern play.
And for the record, no flippers have been found yet. Signums performed what is known as a fake flipper, and used it to visit the camper down here.
Which only has 3 bombs. The way the fake flipper works is that the game only checks for 1 frame to see if you have the flippers, and if you don't have the flippers on that second frame, by the time the second frame comes around, it just puts you back on land. If you go into a screen transition, the game does not check that transition and assumes you have the flippers. The only caveat, though, is that if you take a slight bit of damage, the game does not know where to put you. So in the vanilla game, it just softlocks you, but in the randomizer, it just strap kills you.
Also, we have confirmation Skull Woods is our final pyramid crystal, as ETM now has that hammer. Go ahead.
So this, well, not necessarily easy red crystal access. It's there. Skullwoods is an easy pickup for them. I mean, they'll need a sword eventually, but and Edium gets a hint that some cash requires a bomb. Again, that's not specific.
And all basement check. We know that this is going to be for a big key to Tower of Hera, so ETM gets to stretch their legs out a little bit early.
The issue, though, is that, well, you'll have to get that refill.
There is a magic pot to refill that in the basement, so we're not too worried about that.
Yeah, that's what I'm alluding to. But P-Train makes the escape play. He's probably going to be mirroring back to the front to go over into that Dark Cross area.
And also, just so it's clear, chat, ETM has no choice, at least if they want to get both of the items here. Because the big key is in this chest in its vanilla location, so we just have to make do.
Speaking of magic refills, both P-Train and Edium getting a full magic refill. So for P-Train specifically, he can actually use that fire rod to completely obliterate that blue guard.
That's definitely a nice feeling. I'm genuinely curious. Also, that's a nice burb on Signum's side. But what I'm curious about is, when you play standard mode, what is your favorite starting weapon?
I used to get the fire rod a lot of flack, but now I actually like the fire rod. After using it about a couple times, and having a fire rod starts, I know how to work it. The problem was back in the day, I did not realize I don't need to kill every single one, so I kept using my magic up, and I gave it a bad rep. So there you go.
Also, we have confirmation: left side Misery Mire, pointless.
Sticknum's taking a death orb to get back to the front, and that was a bug net in the big chest.
And that was 2 items, if I counted correctly, so ETM is out.
And yeah, and looks like P-Train did grab what I believe was a heart container in that Dark Cross chest.
I had missed what it was, but I will trust you that it was nothing important. And oh, we need the Titan's mitt for the ice rod today.
Ooh, that's gonna be risky. Well, not risky, but like stressful. That means those boots are gonna be required.
Speaking of stressful, Spiral Cave, Spiral Cave. Signums is walking through Spiral Cave. What's it got? Some type of stuff. Hopefully, it's good enough. Look out, Signums in Spiral Cave. Look out! Ether in Spiral Cave. What the? It's not supposed to be that good.
Well, let me stop you right there. We don't know what the medallions are for the dungeons. So
I mean, I know you missed my running gag there, but don't worry about
I know,
that.
I know, I know. I know your running gag.
Thank you.
So, I mean, hey, Spiral Cave is not as bad as Hype Cave. I give that a whole lot of bad rap.
Okay, I actually like Hype Cave a lot of the time. I give it higher scores than a lot of other people, partially because I like safety items. We have a, Bug Net would be a good reason for me to upscore Hype Cave. Now, that was found in Tower Hera Big Chest, but still, I like safeties.
Safeties are nice, and there's a Moon Pearl, so that is your Dark World access.
As well as a bigger shield, if we need it.
And that's half
Ooh,
magic.
that's more like it.
Yeah, not only do you get to have magic, you get a free magic refill, courtesy of that item.
So at this point, yeah, I'd say, let's head on over to Dark World there. P-Train, is there something wrong with your mirror?
He's probably just probably using it just so he can kill. He's probably using it just to kill time.
I mean,
That
if we're going to beatbox to the tune, at least have some more rhythm to it.
that or he's that or possibly his thing is broken and he needs to probably I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with this.
The button's not broken, it actually didn't beep there.
Yeah, that's because we switched sources.
Thanks again to the broadcast helper team here. Alright, ETM with half magic now. Signum's going to be the first to enter the Dark World. Or not. Oh, we have 2 bottles. Yeah, you know what? Good idea. Fill up on magic potion.
That bee was a golden bee.
Oh, that meant we could have sold it for 100. Ouch.
I mean, honestly, having a blue and red potion is a better trade-off. But then again, a free 100 rupees would have been nice.
It's okay, Oasis. Kern knows to take care of the health and avoid all the beepings.
So Kern grabs his half magic and his Moon Pearl for Dark World access.
As Signums is now going to enter that Dark World. Now, at this point, I mean, there's a second confirmation that all crystals except for Turtle Rock, Skullwoods being the Pyramid Crystal. If we can find a sword in one of the 2 items for Skullwoods, we could just knock it out. but apparently Signums is thinking Village of Outcasts is the better play.
Yeah, you get more checks there compared to Skull Woods.
Alright, let's see what we get, and... Whoa, look at that jackpot!
Nice.
Alright, C-shaped house, as Etium actually went to the Swamp Palace entrance. Looks like we're going to see Hype Cave.
Alright, it would have been 6 items for Signums compared to the 2 in Swamp.
Alright, we have bombs, more bombs, bombos, more bombs, and money to buy more bombs.
That's a lot of bombs.
Also, sword in the brewery.
At least it's not Meyer Shed.
I know. Into Thieves Town. Alright, 4 items available in here. Let's see what we get.
Oh, that would have been 7, my bad. I counted wrong. I thought it was 3, not 4.
It's okay, If it makes you feel any better, I accidentally left the key sanity tracker mode on, so I have to keep up with all the keys, like that big key right there. Also, Stumpy only had ammo supplies. Looks like Kern is going into Skull Woods, whereas Etium is inside the VT cave, picks up a heart container for the efforts.
Hey, more hearts is nice compared to Signums. Compared to Signums now 7. Although to be fair, Edium is also at 7 and Kern only at 8. And so is Peachin, in fact.
Alright, I missed what the first chest was in Skull Woods, but obviously we have to pick up the pinball key, whereas Etium is digging at Dompe's.
That was the big key.
Thank you.
So Kern can bomb jump the big chest here. Doing the more harder approach, but gets it, no problem.
Just for a piece of heart, while P-Train is visiting the Mad Batter right now.
For
And-
only a heart piece.
Well, so far, I mean, we have found a decent number of items, but I don't know, I was almost expecting to find boots suddenly.
But Kern's making the bumper cave check, and that's another sword.
Oh! That's... Ouch! A sword is cape locked.
So if he really wants to get Master Sword, if he really wants to get Temper Sword from there, he has to grab that cape. Or maybe a gold sword if it's close by. But that's like in a very, very desperate situation.
Red boomerang in the attic chest.
Speaking of things that are red,
Yeah, now all we need is some red footwear. Ba-dum ba-dum-bum. Ba-da-ba-da-bum. Da-da-ba-da-da-bum.
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Da-da-da.
Kern heading to Graveyard Ledge.
It makes sense going from the Bumper Cave over to Lumberjack over to here, so
And yeah, we don't know where the cape is yet, folks. We're just hoping to find it within a reasonable time frame. Alright.
Oh.
Go ahead.
I wish I knew that route for Graveyard Ledge prior to me actually doing this yet, because I thought I was going there before, and I'm like, oh wait, I don't have the Titans.
Also, shovel in the big chest of Thieves Town. And heart container on top of the Graveyard Ledge.
So with the shovel, he can make a really close by check to the shovel area just by going from Stompy over to and then mirroring over, and then we're good.
Alright, Compass was in the Maiden Cell. I unfortunately lost track if we actually found all 4 items, or if, we have to take Blind out for the item and the crystal.
We know the big key. The map. We did pick it. That's the map. We do have it. The Blind has an item.
Alright, well, let's see what the pun of the day is first. Any old sword will make the cut here.
Makes sense because... it makes sense because Blind, regardless of any sword, it's always 9 hits.
Okay, I don't know how to feel about that. That's a bad pun that was actually useful? What do you call that?
A useful pun? I don't know.
In any event, Signums has taken out Blind, gets some more arrows for the quiver, and is about to take off. First blood to Signums.
Finally, I passed my old torch to you.
And apparently we pass audio over to Signums at the same time.
We're taking the helm over to Signums because of the first crystal, so not for too long, but it's there. He has control. He has a shovel.
All this means is ETM is going to get some audio time in, right?
Probably, yeah. I don't know.
Okay, we're obviously having a little bit of fun with this here. So, I had missed what was in the dig game, but at least we're getting a second chance here.
All I know is that digging game had nothing. Yeah, well, only 50 rupees, but... do we really need any more rupees? We already have like 960... well, Signums already has 960. P-Train over at 964.
And the other 2 at over 1,000... Yeah, we're for the record, if you are new to this is not only the open mode, but this is the normal difficulty, which means all of the vanilla items in the pool, which also means we don't have to worry about being cut off on only 3 swords. Hard mode. Sorry, I actually had to play a hard mode Key Sanity Seed a few days ago in a multi-world fashion, and let me just say that wasn't exactly fun in the end.
To be fair, Expert and Insane are to be fair, let me try again. Hard is cannon fodder compared to Expert and Insane, so...
Oh, I mean, I agree with you there, which is one reason why you'll never see me play those.
That's a cane of Burna.
Yep, both canes have been acquired, and we know where both rods are.
Now, Spike Cave is available, but I don't think anyone would go out of their way to go for Spike Cave, but...
Who knows anymore? I mean, we have seen some interesting route choices so far, but... I mean, there's still plenty more to make. But as far as where progression will take us, looking at my map, the main places left. We already found both items in Tower of Hair, so we can knock that out. Skull Woods is fully clearable. We can do Spike Cave, we can visit Catfish, but there's also Pyramid Ledge and Palace of Darkness.
Provided that pod is not bow locked.
That is true. We can at least access the first chest, though. And yes, Miss Meggie, thank you for the reminder. We can still visit King Zor right now.
Provided they fake flipper, which they might will, or they might. Well, to be fair, they have the mirror. They can go from Catfish mirror over to Zora area, which is Signum's intention at the moment, as he's probably heading over to that pyramid area.
Also, I don't think any of our runners have actually visited Eastern Palace yet.
We did go to Sahasrara, but we didn't get into the Eastern Palace area. And for good reason, because I mean it's a pendant. The only reason why they would probably want to clear it is if Armos had an item.
I mean, you can get you are guaranteed 2 out of the 3 items already. But I mean, again, I can see your point here.
Yeah, and only 20 rupees on the pyramid ledge.
Looks like Signums is thinking pod.
I mean, the information. It's nice to get information out of the way, especially for the fact that if it's bowlocked or not. So he can just run up to. If it is bowlocked, he can just run up back into Catfish and go into the Zora area and such.
And it looks like Etium is thinking about finishing off Skull Woods right now, which isn't necessarily a bad play. The fighter sword can damage Mothula, but let's see. Depending on what's in those bottles, it's going to be a tricky fight, though half magic does help.
Yeah, he can just blast him with the fire rod. He doesn't have to worry about magic.
Alright, Signums has just raided the old man's closet, while Kern is dealing with an even older man right now. If blind can even be called a man, or a woman, or something. Okay, I have heard many different theories about what identity blind has. Can anyone in chat confirm for me, please?
He, she?
I mean, Cataclysm, of course blind can't see gender. Blind can't see at all.
I mean, that's literally his name. Blind. But Signums gets the information that Pod is not bow locked, so he can just go through.
And Etium now up against Mothula. Or more specifically, Mothula's arena.
Yeah, the fight itself is not bad. It's just the arena that makes it screwy. Kind of like how Mothra. Oh, that's
Flippers. Flippers on Moth.
And Quake.
And Quake in Pod Basement.
How did they get out of there?
Where?
Let's go over the eastern area.
Let's see. Yeah, Signums didn't get any keys there, so we are bow locked out of pod. So Eastern does make sense. In the meantime, Etium is checking out this one chest left, and it's just a bonus small key.
Only useful in one other room, and that's it.
I think I spoke a little soon. We are swapping all over. Alright, second chest for Eastern Palace. It's the map, not what we're looking for. And I am seeing some discussion in chat regarding, are people already speculating about what could be on the Master Sword pedestal?
Don't speak too soon.
Chat already did that. Alright, that is 2 items in Eastern Palace. 1 more remains. And, well, that hint came a little late.
Yeah, that was already picked up in that digging spot, so.
Also, the big key is vanilla.
Ice.
Alright, P-Train about to learn the bad news. Yep, there's a sword up there. And the stun prize today is a small heart. That may actually be useful later on.
Yeah, definitely. I can see it used if they're in such a tight pinch and they need hearts badly. Preferably when they don't have any potions.
Alright, P-Train heading up to get... I don't think this was an important item. And, ooh, Armos Knights have the final item today.
Yeah, so they're gonna need that bow. If they want to get it, at least.
Yeah, Eastern Palace being a pendant dungeon means you don't want to take out bosses unless you have to. Now, Kern is near the pyramid area. What direction will we see? At least after the pyramid ledge.
My belief is that, he might want to go for catfish. Though the possibility, the fact that pod, he'll get information about pod being bow locked if he decides to go over the pod area. But even then, I believe he could just. I still believe he wants. I believe he would probably go over to that catfish area, get Zora out of the way. He has plenty of money to do it. And yeah, he's heading that way right now.
Yeah, I thought I saw Etium attempt a bomb damage trick, but that trick isn't necessary with flippers. Basically what it would have done is it would have pushed you effectively to fake flipper moving down or doing some sort of water walk. Basically, you would have been in a fake state. But, alright, we are going to see catfish and... Well, actually, ETM can get everything around here, so this is 5 item checks. Starting with the Dark World Grumpy one, who has a bottle.
Just that represents the feelings I have, but I don't know.
Well, turn those feelings into joyous ones. We're at the waterfall of the Wishing Boots!
That was big for Edium. Kern's gonna miss out. He needs to go over to Skull Woods.
I admit, normally I would do a fake flipper if I'm by Ice Rod Cave and I have enough money. Actually, wait, I wouldn't have had the Moon Pearl. Never mind. But in this case, yeah, that's certainly gonna help speed things up. Also, Zora Ledge had nothing, so let's see what the other grumpy fish has today.
20. What did she have to pick up? Because he's not off to the side enough to not grab it, but we don't know. It's a big old scam. So
Alright, with those boots, we have access to... Well, we have access to Titan's mitts, so that's probably a good thing to pick up right now. And ETM remembers, as Signums now gets the powder. Alright, Professor, pretend that you have all of ETM's items right now. What is your next play?
For clarification, where was Ice Rod again?
Ice Rod is back of Hookshot Cave, effectively. Like, go through Hookshot Cave, mirror, it's on the Death Mountain Island.
I say Turtle Rock. I mean, think about it. If by some chance, it's going to be a green pendant, so more likely than not, there's going to be something in there, and I can go all the way up into Laser Bridge. And if I don't really need to kill the boss, because I mean, sure, I can't kill the boss anyway because Ice Rod and all is on Trinex, it's green pendant. Unless by some chance I want by some random chance I think Sahas Rella has an item.
Well, we know King's Tomb doesn't have anything.
So I say Turtle Rock. I would go Turtle Rock from these items. Follow up what I have. Or I can also go Misery Mire, check the medallion there. Because we know where all the Quake we all know the items, we all know the medallions. We don't have to worry about getting in. But in the case of Edium, with Bombos and Ether, I'm hoping that Misery Mire is either Bombos or Ether.
Certainly not a bad hypothesis. I see some folks in chat thinking maybe deal with Meyer first, and in that case, I lean more in that direction because we can full clear the place.
Exactly. If with the lamp in hand, he doesn't have to worry about the dark rooms. I'd be pretty frightened to do it myself because I still have to learn that dark room. But was that Quake?
I missed it. We'll hopefully get another look. In the meantime, here's Meyer's shed.
Blue mail.
Well, that's a nice... And, Misery Mire does require Quake.
So yeah, I'll have to grab that Quake from... Oh boy, I Signums grabbed it. So wherever Signums grabbed the Quake, I would have to probably figure that out. But at the moment, since I'm there, I would probably do Eastern Palace like last time.
Quake was in the pod basement.
Okay, and good, it's not a sword.
No, it's just a compass. You can calm down.
I mean, hey, it's at least Desert Palace, both instances Desert Palace wasn't boots locked, so.
And ETM actually, Bullet Catcher brought up a good point. Because Desert Palace is a pyramid crystal, we gain access to 2 more checks this way.
Good point. Unfortunately, we don't have a hint as to exactly what is on the Pyramid Fairy.
No, we don't. We may encounter one, or we may not. It all depends.
Mm-hmm. So right there, that was all the dungeon items.
First item, bombs. But it's a pyramid crystal. We're taking out landmos anyway, so not a big deal.
Yeah.
Kern second guessing going to the Haunted Wasteland. P-Train diving straight in. And learns of Quake.
Which needs to grab from Pod, so.
Yep. Oh, Kern forgot to get the Titan's Mitts first.
That's unfortunate, but Petrine grabs his blue mail. You won't have to worry about being horribly hurt. Petrine making the check over into Checkerboard Cave, which had some bombs.
That's not worth kinging pieces for. Alright, Landmo fight for Etium. And half magic.
Practically smooth.
Yeah, half magic makes it easy. Nice 2-cycle, and even more money.
So now that opens up the Pyramid Fairy because of those 2 crystals.
So the question is, will we see that right now? I mean, after ETM checks out Checkerboard Cave, of course.
I'd probably follow up. So maybe he'll probably go over there, but unless he has something else in plan.
Fluting to 4. We may end up seeing, no. Let's see, where is Is ETM thinking of Ice Palace?
I mean, it's not a bad idea.
Nope, going to visit the camper.
I mean, it's not a bad idea because 3 items, 3 hints compared to Pyramid Fairy's 2.
2 items and no hints, I get that, yeah. Plus, Ice Palace is required. Though, admittedly... we don't have the hook shot, which would make one, gap a little tricky if we had to cross it, but most of our runners know the bomb jumps to avoid needing it, so we're probably not stressing over a little bit too much.
Unless there is items over on that hookshot side. In that case, maybe risk of some magic for Burna.
Okay.
But he's gonna go to the bomb. Like I mentioned, follow up on your checks, so...
Makes sense.
Might as well.
So the main required items we're missing right now: bow, silver arrows, well, if we were to follow strict logic, hook shot, and at least 1 sword.
We know that Ice Rod can't be on the pad.
That is correct, and we already know where Ice Rod is, anyway. Now you're playing with power, blue power!
Yeah, so that was That was nothing of use.
And oh, P-Train is heading to ice. This ought to be good.
And it makes sense. Again, 3 items for 3 hints. Unique items in Paradox Cave. We did pick that up. That was that Moon Pearl and Tap Magic.
So what? I mean, both are unique. So which one is the hint talking about?
Probably both. Maybe. Or,
Oh, and Kern right on P-Train's heels.
again, makes sense. 3 items and 3 hints.
First hint at this Pengator room, I think these enemies are called.
Yeah, Pen Gators. Those are the first. That's the first chest there. That is a big key.
As silly as this may sound, I prefer a small key in that chest. It just allows me to go full eastern side first, and then I could just head west side, duck down into Iced Tea room, and then finish it off. No hookshot needed then. We have a Blue Cane, well, P-Train doesn't, but, you know, community-wise, we have Blue Cane. So we have our
Exactly.
vulnerability. And second hint was not helpful.
Yeah, green text with Link Sprite. Ted means pretty much nothing. Bob is probably a community hint.
Alright. For those that are new to Link to the Past Randomizer, pay attention to P-Train's screen. Basically, P-Train is setting up a bomb jump to avoid needing to have the crystals lowered, and there you go. This allows us to skip needing the big key to access Cold Stare.
It's named conveniently enough the Ice Palace Bomb Jump because what you're doing it's a bomb jump and you're doing an Ice Palace. It's one of the trickiest ones in the game, along with Hammer Jump.
Technically, there's a second bomb jump you can do in Ice Palace, where if it's to the right of the Freezor room, there's a big vertical room. P-Train may show us this depending on the routing choices, but basically, we fall in this big vertical room. If we leave on the door to the right and we don't have the hook shot, we have to bomb our way out.
So where else goes the Hammer?
Ooh.
Now that could mean Hammer Pegs?
It could also mean Swamp Palace.
And there's that bomb jump you were talking about.
Yep, it's the other bomb jump.
So the only reason why we prefer that first bomb jump as the Ice Palace bomb jump is because of the no major glitches. The no major glitches category is the primary bomb jump for that, and normally in no major glitches you don't go over this area.
Yeah, the randomizer kind of takes you to a number of spots that you normally don't think about. Also, first item found in Ice Palace, 10 bombs.
And that would be the same 10 bombs that would be for a bomb start if you were playing on standard mode.
Alright. ETM also feeling Ice Palace. And, oh, there's the cape, so we have access to a Master Sword now. Question will be, do we need it? That depends on if we find another sword outside of GT. And outside of Pendant Dungeons.
There's our second one. That's 10 arrows.
That's our third, actually.
Right.
Second was Cape.
Right.
And look at this. All 4 of our runners are now in Ice Palace, though P-Train is getting ready to leave. So the key item... yeah, it's We have access to a sword. We can approximate where the silver arrows are. It's mainly the bow and hook shot that are unaccounted for. Also, half magic plus fire rod equals destruction.
Yeah. Going back on what I mentioned about half magic and fire rod and Mothula, here with Colsair, it's a breeze. So there you go. There's that crystal. That brings P-Train up to 4 crystals.
The remaining crystals: Pod, Swamp Palace, Misery Mire. The thing is, Pod we can't finish, we don't have the bow. Swamp Palace, we don't have the hook shot. And Misery Mire, we need Quake from Pod.
My question in particular is, will P-Train or any of the other runners dive into Turtle Rock? That is it's possible that it can either contain the bow or the hook shot.
It is possible. We don't need either item in that location. It would be annoying if it was there, but it could be.
Unless the sea takes us for a swerve and gives us the book. That opens up, the pot. It opens up the ped. It opens up the tablets, and that's it.
Technically, the book is not required for the pedestal. You can even get the book from the pedestal.
Right. It's nice to read the pad, so.
Nice to read, but you may not get the chance until it's literally too late.
Yeah, that's what I meant by the pad. You can read it, you read the pad, just get information from the pad, but that's it.
Also, looks like P-Train is going for that known sword. I don't blame them one bit.
Yeah, with the fact that they get the cape out of that particular location, out of Ice Palace, and the sword is just readily available. Now that means once they get that book, they can pretty much check the tablets.
That is true. Book and Master Sword is needed to get the items out of there. However, note where Kern is heading. I believe you wanted this play. You are going to see it relatively soon. A Turtle Rock Dive.
And yeah, that is understandable on Kern's perspective.
Whereas P-Train feels that the Smith Chain is more appropriate.
Plus, we have the information that a hammerable location. Silver arrows. Let me try again. Silver arrows are hammer locked. Like I mentioned, it could possibly be on the hammer pegs or swamp, or as Wolfman put it, also put in there, the Swamp Palace area.
Is it also possible that silver arrows could be on left side Ganon's tower basement?
It is possible, but it's going to be either. So it's not hammer pegs. That was 3 bombs. So Swamp Palace, or if you want to be cruel, Ganon's tower.
We will find out soon enough. And wait. Also, Smith's only had arrows, but did Kern really never check those 2 items in Paradox? Interesting.
I think he wanted to get the 5, just so that he can get it out of the way and not worry about it until eventually he gets into Super Bunny Cave, which is where he is right now.
And okay, thank you, chat, for reminding me that Kern didn't have bombs at that point. That does make a difference. Well, Purple Chest has some more bombs if we ever need them.
So the blacksmith.
Blacksmith only had 10 arrows. Alright, Hookshot Cave. We have access to one chest here for extra money.
Kurt may have saw something over on the floating islands. Or
Well,
that
that's where the
is
ice
a
throne
blind
is.
check. Yep. He's probably thinking Sahasrara.
Saha could have a key item. And
Yeah, provided that it's either Ether or Bombos, which he currently has.
well, let's take a look. What do we need to enter Turtle Rock?
Ether.
Ether. Spiral Cave had actual potential treasure here. I say potential because we need to actually go through Turtle Rock to see if there's anything of worth.
Yeah.
Though speaking of worth, all of the runners and volunteers here would certainly like their worth and follow, so please follow all 4 of our featured 4, Kern, ETM2, PTrain24, and Signums. Do not forget about my commentary partner, Professor Renderer, and our 2 trackers, Cataclysm and It's Oasis.
Yeah, I do a couple of rando stuff, and I'm also might be considering doing some ahead in time 80% speedruns. So if you want to try that, if you want to watch me probably fail at them horribly, go give me a follow.
Also, Swamp Palace or left side Ganon's Tower has a sword. Because something sharp requires the hammer. This hammer is kinda key here for 2 items so far. And Kern has learned their lesson. If you don't have the hook shut, you have to take the long way around.
The intended way.
The not as fast way.
Right.
P-Train also heading to Turtle Rock. And ew, 2 items there? Well, we're gonna have a vanilla boss key again. And I don't know how I feel about that. Many runners like to skip the lava chest in Turtle Rock, which is also known as the Big Key chest, but we can't do that today.
No, in fact, we have to go there anyway. That Chain Chomp chest will always have that small key, so that can't be it.
To my knowledge, that chest can possibly not have a small key if there are 2 small keys in the first 3 chests.
Exactly. Yeah. In this scenario, though, there will always be a key there.
That is correct. P-Train? Oh boy, P-Train's hovering!
Oh,
Yeah, here's another minor glitch you can perform. It's basically you have to do 1-frame taps and keep the 1-frame taps up within like a 20-frame window, and you can eventually get, well, a piece of heart. A piece of heart. And 10 arrows. So, once again, we had a hint referring to 2 items because Hookshot Cave did have a piece of heart times 2.
Yeah, and that whoever it is still legal. It's up in the air depending on how the legality in terms of how good the hover is.
I'm staying out of that one. All I know and care about is I cannot do the hover, and so I'm not going to use it, but kudos to those that can.
Andy?
Yep, Andy, definitely one of them, but let's keep the focus right now on our first 4 here.
Right. Kern in Mimic Cave.
Makes sense, we have to pass by this area to get the big chest of turtle rocks, so let's keep it going. Ooh, nice magic refill drop.
Only 20 roos from there.
Not what we're looking for.
Poke shot!
Well, there you go, folks. The pedestal, I think, is officially dead at this point.
Yeah, at this point, with several arrows being already recognized as a hammerable location, the bow can't possibly be anywhere else. The bow can't be could be pretty much any of the progression items that we need, like Swamp Palace, possibly Swamp Palace. Yeah, pet's not in logic.
Well, no. It's pet is not going to be needed.
Yeah, pet. Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah, ped not in logic being ped not needed. Not needed. Okay.
We could always have logical access to pet. It's just going to be a waste of time at this point.
Yeah. Unless you want to pull it just for the sake of pulling it.
Look at Signums. Maybe thinking about Meyer instead. Eventually.
Oh, and just note that Kern is not done with Turtle Rock, because once he clears that clears Trinex, he can check Sahastrala. That's possible. It can also be where the bow is. That or Swamp Palace, of course.
Kern? You are playing a dangerous game. So, at the south end of the laser bridge, you can actually bomb your way out and then enter to effectively give yourself a checkpoint just before the boss. If Kern takes a death here on what is going to have to be a Fire Rod, Ice Rod, Hammer combo here, then, all the way back at the start.
Well, the start being by the big chest.
True, but that's still a bit of a distance.
Oh, no kidding. I made that mistake when I died of Trinex. But gets a really nice, well, almost nice. And yep, that was it.
But Kern is in trouble. 1 hit away from death. Blue mail doesn't matter.
Nice.
I agree with the nice. So, green pendant and the map. I had miscounted my items.
Yeah, that was the only possible location where that could have been.
It makes sense in retrospect.
Now, Saha is available. Swamp Palace is fully clearable.
That is is true, but the question is that play worth it? Also, we may see a Spike Cave play shortly after Kurt is done with Hookshot Cave.
Yeah, if you're in the area, you might as well go for Spike Cave next. That too was where the possibility where the bow could be.
But if it ends up not being there, then both Mire and Swamp Palace are the big plays left. Well, okay, and Sahasrara, but... When would you check Sahasrara?
I'd do it just to follow up on my green pendant.
Sorry, I was asking when, not why.
Oh, when?
Yeah.
Then the question would probably stay the same. If I, as a follow-up, I would do it as soon as possible.
Oh, right, Kern needs the Quake Medallion for Mire, so has to go to Pod first, and Spike Cave is just a heart container. So, let's see how Kern reacts.
So yeah, he flutes to 3.
I don't think Kern has done Smith Chain yet. But look at Signum's going to be the first to enter Mire. Now, Mire is a required dungeon. We're going to finish this no matter what. But...
Yeah, but the boots... But the boots are going to bonk in. No problem.
We already know Left Side Swamp has one of the items. Because of a prior hint. So once we find the other item, we just need the big key and we're out of there.
P-Train, meanwhile, is on the Shrine X fight.
Now, P-Train could use the Master Sword, but I understand why a number of runners would want to use the hammer instead. No, actually... Okay, did use the Master Sword effectively on the Ice Head, so... Just has to be careful. Again, similar to Kern's situation, one hit is death. And we have a big key in Mire chest too. So we just need one item and then we can skedaddle. Well, skedaddle towards Vitreous anyway.
Yeah. With either Samaria or Cape mixed with dashes. Pretty slow dashes, mind you, because of Master Sword and all.
Oh no, Signum's never got the hint.
Oh boy.
But probably just remembered in the end. Either that or purposely leaving the compass chest behind, which... No. Hard to say, admittedly.
Well, there is your dungeon items, so...
Oh no, Signums is heading back.
This is gonna be risky. Well, actually, Kern is heading over to Swamp Palace.
We can finish the place. That and there are 6 items, so makes sense. You know, our bow is kind of limited to either the one item in Misery Mire, one of the 6 items in Swamp, or Sahasrara at this point.
We did pick up that hint regarding the bombs in the purple chest, so not a good hint there.
And the lantern in Kakariko Well, and there is your cache on left side Mire.
Ouch.
Now, P-Train also thinking about Swamp Palace. However, P-Train doesn't have that hook shot, do they?
No, they did not go into Turtle Rock. Well, they did. Well, they did go to Turtle Rock, but they never got to the particular location where that hookshot is.
Wait. I need to see that inventory screen again. It may not have been clicked in the end.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Okay, P-Train has the hook shot.
Yeah, it tends to do that.
And I think Vitreous has the final item today for Misery Mire.
Adium going into phase 2 of Tyrannix with considerably much more hearts than the others.
But is now brought into the same one-hit KO situation as before, but counters with a potions.
That's a Temper Sword.
I don't see Temper Sword on ETM.
No, I'm talking about Kern. Kern had a Temper Sword. They got a Temper Sword. And P-Train will soon.
Oh. Yep, Tempered is there in the Hammerlocked area, so that makes sense. With both Kern and P-Train skipping left side Swamp, we had a hint about left side Mire, but not left side Swamp. And because we found that compass, we are guaranteed to have at least one item on left side Swamp, so I don't know if I like this play.
Well, there's that big key, but that's gonna be kind of pointless. I believe.
Not necessarily pointless. The bow could be in the big chest.
Right. That would be like what? Dungeon Vanilla?
Vanilla would have been hookshot.
I'd say Dungeon Vanilla because big chest bow in a big chest.
Oh, I gotcha. I think it would be Dungeon Vanilla if the bow was somewhere in pod. But at this point, we're talking semantics.
Yeah. Chuckwood Vanilla. I don't know. Neapolitan.
Vitreous goes down for Signums. What is the final item? 20 rupees.
Yeah. That's
Argus
that's a bow!
had the bow.
Oh!
Yeah,
So,
I think we can call it at this point. At 1 hour, 18 minutes, and 7 seconds or so, Kern has entered Go mode. P-Train following suit.
oh,
Oh, right. They don't
Signums-
have right. They don't have Quake yet. Never mind. I forgot.
yeah. Call it off, call it off, yep.
Also,
we know that
Saha
yeah.
had 20.
So, yeah. It was already, so by this point, Pet was already dead before getting into Gomo, so, ugh.
Now, it is possible that left side Swamp... Oh! P-Train wants to double check the other items. Makes sense because P-Train doesn't have Quake and wants to verify. Kern, however, is just going straight to Pod, hoping that's the play. In this case, Kern will be rewarded.
No kidding. First, Kern's gonna grab his 20 rupees from Sahasrara.
What do you know? Big chest had silvers.
Wow. So for Kern's gonna be at a disadvantage going into the Ganon's tower.
Into Ganon's... into Ganon's tower, into, well, Pod itself as well.
Oh, no kidding. So, the only possible that other hammer location would have been the hammer location which had the sword. Gold sword is in Ganon's tower.
Technically, the tempered sword was hammer locked.
Oh. Whoops.
There could be another sword on left side, but B-Train is not checking that.
Oh, of course not, yeah. And when you say left side, I'm assuming you mean left side swamp, but not left side Ganon's tower.
Technically, both are hammer locked, but we're definitely not seeing left side swamp, that's for sure.
Oh, no, yeah. With silver arrows being in the big chest, and a sword being in that hammer-locked area, yeah. Or being hammer-locked in general, because... Wait.
Alright. P-Train has now entered Pod, and Star Wars brings up an excellent point. Vitreous is also going to be a shorter fight. Can't forget about that. Now will Etium head back upon getting the big key? That I'm curious about.
I mean, I wouldn't mind going back in there just to confirm. I gotta be rewarded with silver arrows anyway. But there's Quake, so now at 1 hour, 22 minutes, and 13 seconds, Kern has now officially entered a go mode.
There we go. Alright, Etium going to deal with Argus first. Will we see a revisit of Swamp, though? A little soon to say. In the meantime, note P-Train and Kern near sync right now in Pod.
There's a near sync because, well, there's that disadvantage that Wolfman was talking about. Kern did not get the silver arrows out of the bit chest, but they're still in sync. It's all gonna come down to execution in the Helmassar King fight, and the climb all the way through there.
In this case, every little bit is going to make a difference.
P-Train pulling ahead slightly. Now up a room. But Kern right behind him. P-Train enters the Helmassar King fight. Again, Kern right behind him.
And Mask is off for P-Train. And there you go. 1 silver arrow is all you need. Kern, 2 tempered spins isn't bad either, but the timing difference does matter here.
If anything, Kern and P-Train are significant, are like just about a few seconds between each other, apart from each other. P-Train enters exits at 1:24:46. Kern 1:24:51.
And apparently we already have a first place finisher, Zelgadison, with a first place time of 1:24:55.
Not too surprising from Zelga.
So this may not have been mentioned clearly at the start. There's more than just these 4 people running. We have about 25 others in this race or so. It's just we can only show 4 at a time. Wait a second. P-Train? P-Train? Where are you going?
Oh, he thinks he has all the he thinks he has all the crystals.
Oh no, that advantage from picking up the silver arrows is gone effectively.
Yeah, Kern has advantage now.
And oh no, P-Train is going to get the bad news very soon.
Yeah, that's gonna be a problem. He never get in the mire. Yeah, yeah, that's your problem, P-Train.
Just learned. Oh.
Unfortunate. Kern now has the lead, pretty much. Again, though, if by some chance P-Train manages to come back due to that silver arrows advantage, I mean, he still has that advantage, technically speaking. If by some chance Kern has trouble coming up into the the Vitreous fight, or something equivalent to that, then P-Train might snag the lead from him.
It's possible. I mean, anything can happen in A Link to the Past Rando.
Yeah, if you want to join the fun, there's the official ALTTPR Discord you can join. From there, you can actually get information regarding when we go do our daily races. We have them at 2 p.m. and 9 p.m. And if you have what it takes to race Rando, it'd be best to have you on either on the restream or back in behind the scenes.
Alright, Kern is about to go up against Vitreous. Already activated the final crystal switch. Signum's, meanwhile, is soon going to get the hook shot. Etium is trying to catch up.
Yeah, he's only 2 crystals behind.
And, let me see if I remember the, commands here. There you go. Anyone interested in joining the daily race, okay, that's technically the wrong command, but daily races are typically held every weekday, 2 p.m. and 9 p.m. Eastern. We try to stream most of them here on the Speed Gaming Network. And we also like to have some separate fun. Go for it, Professor.
And we also have a Sunday weekly open if you want to try that too. That's where most of the activity comes. By the way, Kern has all 7 crystals. You know what that means, Wolf.
I do. Okay, I thought you were going to cover it, but I will. Chat, everyone get it in a number between 1 and 22, inclusive integers only, and tell us where you think that big key to Ganon's Tower is located. Winner gets a minor something.
Yeah, there are only 22 locations in the first 22 locations where that possible big key could be. Heck, it could be even on the left. It could be on the left side, Ganon's Tower. It could be on the torch. It could be in Tower Room if you're sadistic enough.
All right,
My guess, though. Go on.
Yeah, P-Train has now taken out Vitreous, so It could be a left side versus right side decision.
Oh, no kidding. But me personally, I like to go with my usual route. Random room with the exact location being 11. Assuming they go Hope Room first, then left side.
I went 10, which usually puts me inside the rando room at the end.
Yeah, but I take it one step further and get myself very deep into random room. Only reason why it's called random room is because, as I mentioned before, with the NMG category, or not even just NMG, just straight up casual play, no one in their right mind would ever go there unless you're a new player playing Link to the Past.
Alright, no more guesses, folks. Starting off in the Hope Room, chest 1, 20 rupees. Chest 2, 20 rupees, forced left.
Bob's Torch only has a key, but he will pick it up only because, I mean, you want to need it, but again, we won't be seeing Bob, but some people might be upset about it. Me, I don't really mind it.
Oh, I'm kind of neutral about it. Anyway, 4, piece of heart. 5, small key. 6, piece of heart. 7, 10 arrows.
P-Train going left side.
Well, we're gonna save a little bit of time that way. Will it be enough to catch up to Kern in the end? Hard to tell. 8.
Big key.
Big key at 8. Who got it?
If it's not exact, we get to pick the closest one.
We have an exact winner, actually. It's Oasis, or do I just say it's Oasis here? I don't know.
It's a way.
Naming conventions aside, congratulations, it's Oasis, one of our trackers for today. You have managed to win a lifetime supply of randomizer seeds. All you have to do is go to ALTTPR.com and generate all the rando combinations a link to the past of your dreams. Go with open, go with key sanity, go with retro if you want, go with inverted. Plenty of options available, have all the fun you want right here with Link to the Past Randomizer. Offer stays valid until the next major version, not available in Nebraska.
I was expecting you to say a one-hit KO, but nope, not gonna happen.
I would never advise one-hit KO. Crazy?
Well, time one-hit KO is tolerable.
Okay, I forgot that was a mode. Also, oh no, P-Train did actual Dark Magician strategies.
Oh, that's gonna be painful. Oh, Curb might be able to take a big lead despite P-Train having silver arrows.
So, Dark Magician strategies, they are named by a runner named Dark Magician, I believe. Where basically you get the 4 items from the mini Stalfos room. Also, there's the book. And the gold sword. But you just, well, warp out of there and then go right side, because who wants to deal with the mini Stalfos?
And for clarification, no, this has nothing to do with the Dark Magician from Yu-Gi-Oh! Just because the runner's named Dark Magician does not mean it's Yugi's ace monster.
Is it possible that Dark Magician chose to name themselves after that monster from Yu-Gi-Oh?
Possibly.
I'll let the chat speculate that. In any event, Kern has started the battle. Well, actually, has ended the battle gauntlet. Just has to deal with Landmos. P-Train, meanwhile, Dark Magician strategies did not work out this time.
No, Kern. is now going to have a huge advantage here as P-Train drops into the Ice Armos fight. And with the snap of the fingers, down goes the Ice Armos.
But the rewards were not worth it.
No.
P-Train has to go left. Nice time to fill up on some magic. Oh, Kern! If you moved just a little bit faster, you would have accidentally despawned the sprites and had to start over again.
Oh, that was so close. If Kern had managed to do that, P-Train would have taken the lead right out of Kern's hands, even though he has a huge advantage. He would have blown his lead there. But Kern makes it into the Moldorm 2 fight unscathed. And down he goes.
So, is Kern going to... No, Kern is being a kind Hylian, leaving Moldorm's last possessions alone. I am surprised by this.
That's a good runner.
I mean, yes, Kern is a good runner, but I mean, missing silvers... Even I would have been tempted to check in this case, and I don't like checking that chest. Also, Oasis, we're gonna have words with you.
Oh. Nice
Whoa.
triple.
Wasn't expecting that type of triple out of... And, okay, the Aga clones just made that too easy.
Yeah, Kern Kern had some really good RNG on that Aga 2 fight.
Alright, it is time to deal with Ganondorf, or technically Ganon. Well, let's at least see what the words of wisdom are for today's scene. I am your father's brother's nephew's cousin's former roommate. What does that make us?
Relatives?
Absolutely nothing.
Well, there is a 4 phases. Mind going it through with you? Oh, well, except for when Kurt takes his death, but he's got a fairy. No big deal. Now, go for it.
Alright, Ganon Helmet tried to make that prophecy come true, but Lone Kern is cheating a bit.
Was it like, what, distraction, something or another? I don't know.
You do not understand the power of the Schwartz, do you?
Oh. I mean, but either way, it's not Wind Waker, which, by the way, does have a rando, if you want to try that out.
Full disclaimer, I've calmed some Wind Waker random matches before. Probably need to get back into that at some point, and Kern has now learned, Swamp Palace.
Yeah. So he's got to do the Silverless. I think a fall here would shorten P-Train's deficit.
Alright, for those that don't know how to defeat Ganon without silver arrows, basically, just before Ganon teleports, you have 2 frames with your normal sword swing, 9 frames with your spin attack. You basically have to get the attack in right there.
Yeah, the spin gives you a little bit of leeway, so...
Apparently P-Train had... Sorry, I was focused more on the Ganon fight, but apparently P-Train had skipped Moldorm.
Yeah, he definitely hovered that.
And P-Train also getting the nice triple, followed by the easy defeat of... Oh, no, had a miscount.
No, but even then, those Aga placements weren't too bad.
Aga 2 playing very nice today, which is strange. Alright, Kern should be down to 1 or 2 more hits, but has to light the torches again.
It's very little on magic, but with magic, this won't be a big problem. And down he goes.
Which means all Kern has to do now is cross the Bridge of Destiny.
Which is 1 by 3 for some reason.
I never said the
Walk
Bridge of
into the
Destiny.
light.
Yeah. Destiny achieved. Kern finishes first place on the restream, 7th place overall in this race, with an official SRL time of 1:40:44.
Yeah, and it all came down to P-Train. They were practically close, but it came down to the fact that, oh, yeah, Meyer was a thing. Not to mention Dark Magician strats fully. And there you go. That sealed the deal right there. Well, sealed the deal better than the Snatcher's contracts.
And P-Train did have those silver arrows, but Kern didn't need them. GG, you've managed to win on the restream side.
Thanks.
GG, man.
Oh my god, that Ganon fight was so dumb.
You still do silverless better than I ever could, so...
and more importantly, better than I could. I mean, to be fair, I did it twice on my second seed, but there you go.
And now P-Train is about to join us shortly, getting 2nd place on the restream, 8th overall, 1:42:06. It was actually pretty close between the two of you.
Yeah, it looks like Idiom's not far behind either.
Yeah, the P-Train had forgotten about Meyer, and then he went full Dark Magician strats and completely missed out. But speaking of P-Train, here he is.
Hello.
Hello.
GG, P-Train.
Appreciate it.
I know you probably don't want this brought up, but it kinda has to be. What were your thoughts going up to Ganon's tower the first time?
I mean, honestly, it was kind of par for the course for how this seed was going. I took a really, really bad death on Death Mountain. Got just basically dead rocked. I didn't want to hit because I didn't want to lock myself in, and then ended up getting hit by the Deckite, which killed me. So that was bad. I think I took another bad death somewhere. I can't remember. I don't know. I made quite a few mistakes this seed, and made decisions to skip certain locations. I was like, all right, I got to make up time for that. Oh yeah, that, and I climbed Tower Hera, which was useless. So I was like, all right, I need to make up time. So, which was working out for me. I mean, I felt pretty good. I skipped Agina. I skipped Graveyard Ledge. I skipped Catfish, and I didn't touch Eastern, which I felt great about until I climbed Ganon's tower. You know, I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. I haven't cleared Meyer yet. I look at my tracker, and literally the only thing left on my tracker were those things that I intentionally decided to skip. So it's like I've still kind of full cleared the world anyways. So yeah, this seed was not very kind.
Yeah, I mean, we did have a number of items early on. I mean, both of you were able to get the flute early, get powder once you went in, and seriously, red mail was on the pedestal? Come on!
Another red thing.
Okay. But you'll have to forgive my commentary, partner. He had recently completed a seed that was not exactly fun.
Not even completed. I ran out of my options, so I stopped after I was trying to go for the Ice Palace bomb jump. I'm like, oh, I don't have any potions. I feel so bad. I don't know.
So, Kern, what were your thoughts about how all the progression went on your side?
Oh man, I felt like that was some of the most frantic routing of my life because I made such, stupid early game mistakes, like, not having enough bombs for Produx Cave and stuff like that. And so I felt like I had to like route weird to catch up, but it sounds like it's the route that most people did anyway. I just got there via a strange way, and then I was bummed that I got boots so late. I think that really hurt me.
My one regret from the seed, I wish I had pulled the trigger on TR a little quicker. I had a really good feeling that progression was in TR, but because it was a pendant, I didn't want to touch Death Mountain until I was certain that I wanted to dive Turtle Rock. And so I ended up doing Smith Chain, the Big Red Bomb, and I just ended up wasting a lot of time.
Well, you were able to save some time. I barely got to catch it at the end, but apparently you hovered Moldorm too?
I mean, yeah, it doesn't really save a whole lot of time with Butter Sword, but at that point I was just like, why not?
Yeah, makes sense. And speaking of other runners, Eddie, I'm on board.
E.
GG.
We forgot to announce Edium or Etium's time 1:45:11 officially, but how'd this seed go for you?
It could have gone better. It could have gone worse. I don't know. I feel like okay with it. There was a few execution problems. Like I took a death on Death Mountain that was really just dumb. So that cost a bit of
For
time.
me too.
Could have had the boots earlier if I'd done fake flippering, but I never did that. Full cleared Ice Palace, which got me a extra sword upgrade, but besides that, really nothing. Yeah, this is one of those seeds where I'm just like, I don't know how you god route this. Like, I guess you just decide early on, okay, I'm going to Turtle Rock, like ASAP. And
I don't know, if you don't touch Hera, if you don't touch Ice, yeah, I've honestly been thinking the same thing. Like the god route on the sea was like super tough.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I did Hera pretty early on, and I got the Bug Net, which was actually kind of nice towards the end, because I was just like, I'm not going to buy potions, I'll just catch a couple fairies on the way.
I did the gauntlet on like one heart. I had both a fairy and a blue potion, but I was like, this is my penance for routing the seeds so poorly. We're just gonna see how this works out.
The penance used to thwart the temple guards, or something like that. But
Did you guys full clear Turtle Rock, or did anyone nope out after the hook shot?
I full cleared.
Yeah, same.
yeah, and Saha
And
only had
turned in
20
the green
rupees.
pendant. Yeah.
Yeah, I went to check Saha before I dove Swamp. And I was like, do I go back for left side, or do I just bet that this Quake is in pod? So I went to pod, and that was the right decision, luckily. Although I would have got silver arrows, apparently, if I did left side.
Actually, it was Big Chest.
Oh. Yeah. Oh. If I knew they were in there, I would have went back in for them, but you can't really know that.
Yeah, I went back in just in case. 'Cause I'm like, man, if this is Quake, then it's huge. Likewise, I was like, man, if Green Pendant is Quake, then it's huge. But unfortunately, none of that played out. So it was like, oh no, it's just the third chest in pod.
It's the nature of things at times. Sometimes you want to go full completion. Sometimes you have to make excellent decisions, and sometimes you like to. Kern, what glitches are you trying to show off right now?
The blind mosaic.
I saw someone, I forget who it was, but they activated this glitch in a race and had it on for about 20 minutes or so. And it caused them to miss a couple of hints.
Yeah, it's probably Purdy Wong.
Was expecting
Yeah,
you to
that sounds
mention
right.
the EG over on Hobo. That was showcased around. I think it was yesterday, in fact. I think it was yesterday, in fact.
Unfortunately, I do not recall some of the EG shenanigans here.
Rudolph Fahrenheit had done a EG trying to get the Hobo because he originally took a death from fake flippering. And then eventually what happened was, I don't know what caused it, but he got knocked into a corner. I think he got moved into a corner, I believe. It's tough. It's hard to explain, but I we're never seeing it, so there you go.
I will take your word for it.
Yeah, getting hit
Yeah.
while fake flippering can cause all kinds of weird shenanigans.
Yeah, so while Signums is climbing the tower, any final thoughts on the seed?
It was a kind of ugly seed. It just, I don't know. I didn't really have any idea where to go for most of it, and eventually, Turtle Rock turned out to be the right answer. And yeah, the winner of this race had 124, which is insane.
Yeah, that time
They
is
must have
absolutely ridiculous.
They must have just went, like I said, just went straight to Turtle Rock as soon as they could.
I think Zelga's a beast as well, which has a lot to do with it.
Oh, there's no doubt. Like, he's a great player,
Oh yeah,
but he was like 7 minutes ahead of the second
next
place
place,
finisher,
yeah.
which is
Yeah.
crazy.
speaking of runners, we should probably update the placement, the finishers, the finish times, whatever.
So at this point, we have completed our top 10. Sorry, Etienne, you had just missed that.
Yeah.
14 runners have finished. We did have a few that didn't, and I'm sorry, I was suddenly captivated by your hovering train. It's just so mesmerizing. Just... Is this even faster than taking the platform?
Oh God, no.
No, of course not. If you're not gonna do the finish, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it.
Go for it. Alright. Signums has now taken out Aga 2.
I'm going to step out. Thanks for commentating, and thanks to the trackers. And GG's P-Train and Kern.
Yeah, same
GG,
thing.
man.
guys.
No.
Really
GG,
appreciate it.
GG. So,
Enjoy.
in second place, we have Salty Fry with a time of 1:31:07. Third place is Blaine with a time of 1:31:48. Matt 7898 in fourth place with a time of 1:33:43. Goomba 90 with a time of 1:35:56 in fifth place. Asmati Games with a time of 1:38:33 in sixth place. Right after P-Train, Fear Agent with a time of 1:42:48 in ninth place. 10th place, Frostbite with a time of 1:43:06. After Eddie El Tigre, I think it was, with in 12th place with a time of 1:47.07. The Demolisher 1 in 13th place with a time of 1:50.53. 14th place Shire with a time of 1:52.45. And that's all.
Alright, Signum's doing well so far on phase 3 of Ganon here. Come on, Ganon, stop teleporting.
Now, he also does not have silver arrows, so he's got to do a pretty, not too painless silverless Ganon, because he has gold sword.
Yeah, if I recall correctly, it's somewhere between 8 and 12 spin attacks. But unfortunately, I don't remember the exact number, and I admit I lost count.
That was, I think, 4. That was 4, I believe. Now 5. I believe that's the case.
I'll go with
He
you
hit-
on this.
Yeah, he did miss one. 6. 7.
7.
Every time he does a torch, he has to do. He only get 2 spins in. That's 8. 9. 10. Okay, I think that was 12 there, but
Yeah, I think we missed one.
yeah, that's fine. It wasn't in the moment anyway, but it's usually 8 to 12 hits, even with tempered spins. As Gold Sword does the same thing as tempered spins. But that's it for Signums. He finishes in 15th place with a time of 1:56.48. Get your G's into chat for him.
So let's see if we can bring them in for an interview. Alright, let's bring them in. Signums, GG.
GG.
Yep, thanks. It's a little disheartening to see people finishing while you're still looking for go mode, though.
Go mode was not the easiest thing to achieve here. I mean, you had to go to Turtle Rock to get the hook shot. Seriously?
Yeah. I mean, it's a green pendant. You're probably going to be finding some progression somewhere. That's by law. But
I'm used to it now. It feels like there's always something in a pendant dungeon. It's just I always seem to pick the wrong ones.
yeah, and that's kind of me too. So you're not alone.
And did the hint say the silvers were in swamp?
Yes.
I was for sure. I was like certain they were going to be in Spike Cave.
Specifically, the big chest.
Oh, the big chest. Somebody went back up for it. Okay.
Specifically,
Yeah.
P-Train.
All right. Well, whatever. That was pretty clean silverless fight anyway. So.
Oh yeah.
Although it's weird, he seems to teleport on that first in phase 1 into the middle now. I don't remember him ever doing that before, except in the last maybe month or so. And it seems to throw all the timing off.
I did not notice that. The only thing I can guess is, was his torch lit at the same time?
No, because it's his first warp in phase 1.
Ah, okay. I did not catch that detail at all.
And I don't ever remember it happening before, and it only seems to have happened recently. And it really catches me short every time because I'm expecting him to go all the way to like the edge of the map, and instead he stops right in the middle. Oh well.
It's the nature of the seeds at times. But still, you got through it.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't so bad. It just, oh, let me go check everything again. Just to look for one item. I was like, oh, there's Ice Rod. So, of course, Turtle Rock's not going to be required.
Well, hopefully you can take what you've learned here and apply it to future races. It
All I
sounds like
keep
you...
learning is that I never go to the right place. That's about all I learned.
You'll get it one day. Just keep on trying the races out, and who knows? You may get top 10 one day.
Yeah.
Though, if it makes you feel better, you did a lot better than I would have on this seed. I would have avoided Turtle Rock until last possible moment.
Me too.
Well, I didn't have all that much left, to be honest. There wasn't, I guess I could have gone into Swamp, but I figured Turtle Rock had the better odds there.
Well, in this case, they did. So, any final thoughts?
No. How the hell does anyone get sub 130 on that? Really?
Zoka.
Maybe one day we'll figure out the answers. I would probably have to stop commentating for good in order to do that, but I think I'd rather stay up here on this part of the booth. In any event, shoutouts again to our 4 featured runners, Kern, Etium2, P-Train24, and Signums. Please give them a follow if you haven't already, along with my commentary partner, Professor Renderer, and our trackers, Cataclysm and Its Oasis.
Wait, what? I heard my name called.
I know it's a little late, Professor. You know what? I'll handle some of the final minor admin stuff here. So, go get some extra beauty sleep here.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, definitely.
So, most of the speed gaming channels are wrapping up their events tonight, but regarding what's coming up tomorrow, no channels are known yet, but some of the events include a Luigi's Mansion No Out of Bounds match at 12 o'clock Eastern, our traditional daily races, we have Star Wars Episode 1 Racer being done at 3 p.m., we have the Super Metroid Double Anti-Bingo Tournament at 5 p.m., the Ocarina of Time Randomizer Glitch Tournament at 7 p.m., and a couple of more things here. Oh, and the daily for tomorrow evening, by the way, is inverted mode if you wish to either participate or have some fun just watching from the sidelines. Please make sure to follow twitch.tv/speedgaming along with speedgaming 2 through 6 and our foreign language restreams available in Spanish, French, Portuguese, and German. With that in mind, do you have any final thoughts, Professor Render, or are you still in Dreamland?
No, I'm not Kirby, but at least it's not. At least it wasn't as bad as the seed prior, like the seed from the other night. So, I mean, to be fair, I'm still kind of mad, but that the red mail is on the pedestal.
That's how these seeds go.
I know, right?
For everyone involved in this is Wolfman2000 saying, until next time, watch out for flying salt. Have a good night, everyone.
Not somebody else, but good night.